Good day, folks. Today I talk about some interesting stuff, right? First is Rashtravad. It's blown up, poof! First it blew up during the Chinese incursion in 2020. We still haven't heard the reality, folks. All we hear is pussyfooting around China all the time. Being given clean shit by Amit Shah, by Jaishankar actually went as far as to say that we are much weaker, so how can you expect us to take them on? That itself was debased our military to the extent. So poof, right? The second big poof happened just recently, which is Mr. Malik's ex-governor Malik's interview, which clearly told you about the shortcomings in Pulwama. And it's amazing, right? He says he completely puts the blame on Indian intelligence failure, and he completely puts the blame on the Home Ministry, which didn't allow the lift. And look at the intelligence failure, the level of intelligence failure. I mean, somebody should have known. It actually seemed the 5 roads that were intersecting, we're hearing them now, were not manned at all, which is regular procedure. It's as if somebody knew it was going to happen and was waiting to make it happen. And what does he say? He says a car loaded with 300 kgs of RDX fund. How did the RDX get in? And how was it roaming around for 10, 11 days, folks? That is the tragedy, the second poof of our Rashtravad. Then you kind of think about Rashtravad. What did they actually mean when they started with Rashtravad? Rashtravad actually suddenly realized meant religion. And it meant the majoritarian religion. And it came out, I had a friend of mine, we were discussing, and he said, finally I'm proud to be Indian. We have the same age, right? Finally proud to be an Indian. I was proud to be an Indian in 83 when I was 23 years and I stepped as a greenhorn into the United States. I was proud to be an Indian. Then I asked him, when you went there to the United States around the same time, you were not proud to be an Indian? He says, no, I was. So I said, then? He says, actually, I'm proud to be a Hindu. Now, proud to be a Hindu. Firstly, I don't think that really is something we've really done that we really need to be proud of, except more processions, lynching of the poor, lynching of the Dalits, raping the Dalit girls. There's nothing else in the news that makes me proud to be of my religion. So that didn't happen. And secondly, you realize it was Hinduism, not of this country, of the South. No, it was Hinduism that had been narrowly cooked up in Nagpur and suddenly weaponized as from Jai Siya Ram to Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Sita, because of the Manu Odd Soch, Sita dustbin consigned to history or to mythology, right? And then you realize it was not even that. It was actually, this one gentleman had actually become the god of this new religion. So you were either for him or against him. And if you were against him, anti-national. That's dangerous, folks. That's exactly what happened. And I'm not sure how you can suddenly get up and say, I'm not sure what anything has been done to say you could be a proud majoritarian religion. I am not so sure, right? In fact, it's actually shown us in bad light. Then you had this Satyapal Malik, like I said. And then you say to yourself, and poof, there's another poof, folks, is again delivered to us by Gujarat. Conman posing as PMO official held in 5th case in Punjab, and I'm sure none of you have seen it or heard it because it's again wiped out, and it's wiped out regularly, different big events by this. Ringed by cops, Atik and brother shot dead on way to check up in Prayagraj. It shows the UP police in despicable light. It shows our law and order situation in useless sites, right? And then you wonder, right? Firstly, what Satyapal Malik said, and then you see what's happening in Punjab. And this is another statement that came up, and I've seen it for the first time. It never happened to me before, right? Otherwise, every time when the Sikhs were lauded globally, right, you lauded along with them because you knew they were a subsect of ours. They were, after all the 10 gurus were born in Hindu homes, and they were part of us, right? So we all applauded. For the first time, from a good friend of mine who had never heard this before, though he's come back and we've discussed it back and forth, but I needed to bring this up because it shows that what they're trying to do in Punjab, helped by a lot of Sikhs who certainly jumped onto the allowing the monster into Punjab. Suddenly he said that proud to be a Hindu. I asked him, I've never heard that statement before. And he said it's because somebody was saying I'm proud to be a Sikh, proud to be a Sikh. So this, folks, what's happening in Punjab has actually done it. He is an intelligent fellow. He countered. He said, oh yeah, I didn't mean it. But how many other people are beginning to think the same way? Divide and rule in Punjab, folks. Here it comes. And you see it from this statement. VHP Lords Punjab Government Center for Determination on Amritpal crackdown. But where is Amritpal? So just like Bhinderwal was never caught, and you finally found out many notes in that he was being played by Indira Gandhi, creation of Indira Gandhi. Amritpal also, just like what happened in, like I said, these are symptomatic and very similar to what happened in Pulwama. There seems to be a deep state in play here, absolutely. Somebody knows what's going on. That's why, how come they've never caught him till date? You got to understand. And then you see this Punjab pilgrims go on rampage, tension grips HP's Manikaran. This happens just after Congress takes over. Just remember, folks. And who's in power on this side? Aam Aadmi Party. Clashes in Amritsar after radical leader aid help. Ahead of crackdown, the worry for centre, Amritpal's Punjab campaign private army, Khalistan supporters barricaded outside Indian mission. So what this whole attempt is to show Punjab in a bad light, show Sikhism in a bad light, and to show the Kisan Andolan in a bad light. That's the big picture. Protests erupt in 4 nations, India objects. So it's playing out globally, right? And it is going to. Report, Indian consulate in Brisbane targeted by supporters of Khalistan. And then you see this, right? Prakash Singh, and he should know, shadows in Punjab. Pakistan fished in troubled waters in 80s. We cannot allow a repetition. That's absolutely true. Is the police capable of dealing with the situation unfolding in Punjab? Certainly yes. It is the very police that went hammer and tongs against terrorists in Punjab and vanquished them. They had a clear political direction to wipe out terrorism, and they have excellent police officers who led from the front. The state government of Punjab has unfortunately been fiddling with the police. They have been 4 DGPs of police in the state since September 21. What functional autonomy they had, what directions were given to them in dealing with such extremist element is anybody's guess, but I also blame the central agencies, right? Then he said, Amritpal aid walks free as Punjab police buckle. Like I said, all over the place, Punjab government gives in to radical leaders, his aid being freed after clash. But what I'm saying is, where is the NSA? Where is the center? Where is anybody? He says, Khalistan, an old script but a fresh headache in Punjab, Swaminathan writes. He says, the lesson is clear. As a Hindu nationalist party, the BJP would be dead wrong to attempt a central crackdown in Punjab. That will just enhance the Khalistani narrative of Hindu oppression of Sikhs. Within the Sikh community is another Beyond Singh or KPS Gill in view. Alas, no, it seems the matters in Punjab will get much worse before they get any better. Is this what the central government wants? I want to understand that too, right? Then you have this Alarm Bell in Punjab by Pramod Kumar. He writes, comparison with 80s are misleading, but space for moderate politics is shrinking as politically separatist, socially divisive and electorally retrogressive tendencies compete for power. A phenomena like Amritpal accelerates the process of delegitimization of moderate politics, its leaders, the peaceful methods, and the state machinery. The need is to urgently reverse this disquieting trend. The main focus should be on the delegitimization of violence and on delivering restorative justice, which is absolutely not happening. And what do we have here? Prakash Singh. Punjab cannot afford a return to the 80s. It definitely cannot. Especially not for political one-upmanship. It is clear that separatist elements in Pakistan are trying to rake up trouble in Punjab. The police crackdown may be a start, but to battle the cocktail of problems the state is facing, the government and police need a long-term plan. And you don't need a center that is working against you, folks. Whether it's on the Kisan Andolan, whether it is trying to make everybody into a Khalistan. But do remember, folks, it is working. If a friend of mine could make that statement, I am a Hindu, when somebody is praising the efforts of the Sikhs, things are beginning to churn in Punjab, folks, and Amritpal is still not found. So what has done? Poof! National security, poof! Rashtravad, poof! Rashtravad is not about this country, folks, not anymore. Just remember. And do you remember a time, especially our age, India was Indira was India. Guess what happened? She got booted right out. This is unfortunately where the Bhakts are leading us to. Modi is India, India is Modi, and then you say, I, folks, am not one of the fools that thinks India got independence in 2014. And I also think Rewriting history, scrapping history is a sign of weakness, and it is a sign of insecurity. And there you have it, folks. You better be careful, because the wolf could be at your door next. You could be the next Atiq Ahmed. Who knows, folks? Let's get control. 3 cheers and Jai Hind.